My father, a man of few words, started talking about his past, something he'd never done before. He spoke of my Uncle Harry, his brother, whom we rarely mentioned and who lived far away. He was not like us, Dad said, his voice trembling slightly. I leaned in, intrigued but uncomfortable, sensing the weight of unspoken secrets. Your uncle, he was ill, Dad continued, pausing to take a deep breath. Not physically, but mentally. He had episodes. He trailed off, and I felt a chill run down my spine. My heart raced as I tried to comprehend this new information about someone I'd always considered a mystery. I kept it hidden from your mother, Dad admitted, looking at her with a mix of guilt and sorrow. We thought it best for all of us. I could see the pain etched on Mom's face, but she said nothing, just nodded, her eyes weighing up. The revelation hung heavy in the air as we finished dinner in silence. Later that night, I lay awake, my mind racing with questions and fears. What did Uncle Harry's illness mean? How had it affected our family? And why was it a secret all these years? The next day at school I couldn't focus. Every minute felt like an hour as I waited for the bell to ring. When it finally did, I rushed home, eager to discuss what I'd learned with my parents. But when I asked about Uncle Harry, Mum changed the subject and Dad seemed distant. Over the following weeks, I pressed them for answers, but they remained tight-lipped. Frustrated, I turned to Aunt Martha, Uncle Harry's wife, who lived nearby. She was kind and understanding, but she too refused to speak about her husband, saying it was best to let the past rest. One day, while rummaging through old family photos, I found a picture of Uncle Harry smiling warmly at a young woman. Something about the photograph made my heart ache. There was sorrow in his eyes. It seemed to reach out across time and touch me. In that moment, I felt a connection with him, a kinship born from shared pain and hidden secrets. I couldn't shake the feeling that our family was hiding something more than just Uncle Harry's illness. Determined to uncover the truth, I began snooping around the house, searching for clues. One day, while going through my parents' bedroom closet, I found a dusty box labelled Harry. Inside, I discovered letters written by Uncle Harry, revealing a tormented soul struggling with demons I could barely comprehend. As I read his words, I felt a growing anger towards my family for keeping this secret from me all these years. I decided to confront them about what I'd found, but when I tried, they dismissed my concerns, telling me it was all in the past and best forgotten. Furious, I stormed out of the house and went to Aunt Martha's. She listened quietly as I shared what I'd learned, her face growing paler with each revelation. You have every right to be angry, she said softly, but remember that your uncle is gone now, and all we can do is learn from his mistakes. Her words didn't satisfy me. I wanted justice for Uncle Harry, and I knew just who could help a local journalist with a reputation for digging up dirt on the rich and powerful. With Aunt Martha's blessing, I shared everything I'd discovered, hoping that the truth would finally be revealed for all to see. But as the story unfolded in the newspapers, my family began to crumble under the weight of their secrets. My parents argued endlessly, their marriage on the brink of collapse. Aunt Martha, once a steady presence, seemed frail and fragile, her health failing rapidly. I watched as our peaceful town was torn apart by the revelations about my uncle's life and death. Some sided with us, believing that our family had been selfish and secretive, while others defended them, saying they were simply protecting their loved ones from embarrassment. In the end, I didn't get the vengeance I sought. Instead, I was left with a broken family and a town divided by scandal. As I look back on that fateful conversation in our living room, I wonder if it was worth it to expose my uncle's secrets. But then I remember his tortured eyes in that old photograph, and I know that I made the right choice. The truth is painful, but it has the power to heal and to teach us valuable lessons about honesty, compassion, and understanding. As for my family, we are still rebuilding, still trying to find our way forward. But one thing is certain, we can never go back to the way things were before.